Let's look at Iran today. Um, the Iranians have so far said that they will not respond to the maximum pressure campaign that's been put on by Donald Trump. That's a non-starter for them. Um, and that there's just no place to negotiate their nuclear program, etc. And I also want to set the stage. You mentioned a discussion you had with an Israeli spokesperson and talked about Iran using nuclear weapons. For Iran to build a nuclear weapon, it would have to kick IAEA inspectors out of Iran. Right now, the IAEA inspectors have a good grasp on where the Iranian enriched material is. And in order for Iran to build a bomb, they would have to divert that material to a centrifuge cascade and then to make highly enriched uranium, and that diversion would be easily detected. So it's not as though Iran's going to build a bomb in secret. And I actually believe that if Iran kicked inspectors out as they were moving to do this enrichment, that the United States would bomb Iran, and so would Israel. That Israel and the United States aren't going to wait around for Iran to get a nuclear bomb, because, with all due respect to that spokesperson, 3 to 5 nuclear weapons detonated over Israel eliminates Israel forever, kills everybody in it, and you can't live there. You may have some counterstrike capacity on submarines that you'll seek your revenge, but it would be the end of Israel. And Israel knows this, which is why they're never going to allow Iran to develop a nuclear weapon. And what we have right now is Iran is a nuclear threshold state. They are on the threshold of having nuclear weapons capability, but in order to achieve it, they would have to use material that's carefully safeguarded by the International Atomic Energy Agency. But what's interesting is that Trump has threatened war. And he's put it all out. And again, I've gotten in a lot of trouble for stating the reality. Trump is going to bomb Iran. And if he bombs Iran, it's not going to be a Houthi-type bombing campaign, which is limited scope and scale designed to deter. It will be a nation-ending exercise. We know this because Trump has been down this road before. If you recall, in his first term, the Iranians shot down an RQ-4 Global Hawk drone over the Strait of Hormuz. They claimed that it veered into Iranian space. Trump was threatening retaliation to bomb air defense sites on Iranian territory. And he was told by the Pentagon, if you do that, the Iranians will retaliate, and then we'll work our way up the escalation ladder until all oil facilities in the Middle East are destroyed, and then it will take us, many months, if not several years, to build up the military power necessary to come in and defeat Iran, if we could defeat Iran. One of the big problems that we faced was our conventional bombs could not destroy Iran's underground nuclear facilities. So that if we began a military campaign against Iran, their nuclear facilities would survive, and in surviving would be able to build nuclear bombs. And I just will tell you, I was somebody who was heavily involved in the counter-Scud campaign during the first Gulf War. We didn't kill a single Iraqi mobile missile launcher or destroy any Iraqi missiles. And I will tell you right now, in Yemen against the Houthi, we're not destroying much either. We're bombing a lot of facilities, but the Houthi have had 10 years to learn how to hide their materials. They're very good. Notice they continue to launch rockets against Israel, and they continue to launch rockets against the ships. We don't have the ability to stop that using the tools and techniques that we're using right now. But our campaign against the Houthi is not a nation-ending campaign. Our campaign against Iran, I believe, would be a nation-ending campaign, because we understand that we have to destroy everything up front. Iran has 5,000 missiles that they're ready to rain down on Israel, as they proved in True Promise 2. They can hit Israel. The Iron Dome will not defend Israel. And so, we need to take those missiles out. We need to take out the nuclear facilities. We need to take out their command and control. We need to collapse Iran. So a military campaign that Donald Trump is threatening is a nation-ending campaign. But that's a statement of fact. I don't want that to happen. I'm just saying that that's the campaign that's being promised. And what's interesting about that is I think the Iranians finally woke up to the reality that if they continue to go down this path, it's over, lights out. And that's why Iran now, again, Trump sent a letter to the Iranian leadership, to the Ayatollah Khamenei, which was very forceful. and the Iranians responded in a very negative way. Trump has softened his posture now. He put out a statement the other day, which opened the door for indirect negotiations using a third party. And the Iranians have nibbled. And so the Iranians now are talking about how they can engage in negotiations. And at the end of the day, what one would hope would happen is that through these indirect negotiations, the Iranian nuclear program can be brought under a semblance of control that meets mollifies the concerns of Israel and the United States in terms of Iran being a nuclear breakout state, to bring some sort of control over the breakout window that would exist, and we can avoid a war.